great shaking is coming. Only half has been done, and I think Donald Trump was mentioned in that half. But God has been talking about him incessantly the last few days and saying that Donald Trump's assignment is finished. The use that his masters had for him is over. And God says that this man will be killed. He will be killed. He will be disposed of. He has no more use yet. And to those who think, oh, it's a bandwagon prophecy. No, it's not. It's actually something I was prophesying during his glory years when he was still in power, attempting to prepare for a second term. The first time I ever prophesied this was in the prophecy POTUS. I think that was the middle of the year 2019. And then again, it came in the prophecy Ezekiel 13. And then again, it came in 2019 in the prophecy Unrighteous Decrees, which I only made last year in 2024, when in my scrubbing, I finally had time to get to it. God has always said that this man will be killed. But to Americans, if he doesn't get killed in the first 5 minutes, God's chosen, then the prophecy failed. People truly don't know who God is. This much is evident. If I've learned nothing else, I know that the people in this country truly do not know the God that they have written on their money, the God that they have on their lips, who is far from their heart. Because if they knew him, America would be a quiet and a humble nation if they knew who God really was. And so Yah says to tell you, Babylon, that MAGA has captured you and that you have been captured. And let me tell you what's going to happen inside that net. When you have been captured and you live in a country that has a big a rift as we do now, with Democrats so enraged that this man was ever elected, and not without good cause, for they can see the policy changes that he is making that is hitting the lives of Democrat and Republicans alike. The people in Oregon and Nebraska are crying to Donald Trump because he's got his ice wolves in the streets, and they've driven off all the farm workers. And now those states are saying that they think they might have to declare bankruptcy. Why? Because they don't have any Mexicans to do all the picking on their farms. They voted racist, and they didn't know that it was going to trickle down to them, because the person they voted for tricked them and told them that he was going to only go after criminals. And now apparently seasonal farm workers, most of whom get some kind of paperwork, people who are doing essential services in this nation that Americans hate to do and will always disdain to do, because who goes out to pick stuff in their Prada and their designer that every American's trying to buy, right? Overlook the fact that these people are basically the functional cogs that are keeping us fed and keeping our trash taken care of and coming into our homes and working for very little money and keeping them clean. See you tomorrow, Maria. Yes, Maria takes your child to the park. Then ICE chased her down. Now you're looking after the child for the first time in your life. Don't know what to do, but you brought them into this world. That's the breaks. Policies are hitting everybody's life. In that net, Democrats and Republicans will start to fight in that net beyond what we see now. That's the fallout. Taken captive doesn't mean you're taken captive and then everybody's just in the net like, well, I guess that's it. We're for it now. No, the nation is fighting itself in the net in which it has been captured. And remember, the prophecy of civil war in America has always been that growing tensions and ideological differences will eventually lead to open animosity, to hatred, and to guns being turned brother upon brother. An all-out civil war that will excel the first one. So God says that inside that net where people have been scooped, where this nation has been scooped by MAGA, they're not coming out. He said, even if you take responsibility for what you did, you're not coming out. You will bear the consequences for what you did. The best analogy for this is to tell you that if you have that sex and you do get pregnant, that baby's coming, even if you cry that you're too young. Even if you cry that, oh no, my whole life is before me, you're going to go through your whole life with your son by your side or your daughter by your side. Being sorry for your actions is not going to stop consequences from coming. That's what God is saying. Even if you take responsibility It's so hard for people to take responsibility, even in the church, for this. You're not even holding accountable the people who fooled you to go and do this. You don't go to them and ask them, hey, you prophesied to us specific things that you told us God told you. Hey, it's not matching up. Explain. They're cowards, you're cowards. Two sets of cowards caught in the results of their cowardice. God says, even if the nation takes responsibility for voting essentially MAGA and President Donald Trump into power, he says that America will still bear the consequences of what she did. He's not going to fix it. Here on the Master's Voice Prophecy blog, I have 2 prophecies that you are welcome to go and look at. One of them is called The Single Brick in the Wall. Maybe you will finally go and find out what you did, what your role was in the election. The other one is called 666. Your judgment remains upon you. Absolutely nothing will change. So, what are the consequences that we can already see? People's health care is getting canceled. Medicaid is getting denied. Reduced benefits in almost every area. People being told that they have a limited window before they will start to lose housing eligibility. Monthly stipends, your Social Security, getting reduced or denied. Waivers of any kind. These vouchers, these coupons that people get to make their life easier, such as coupons to reduce your electricity bill and things like that, repossessed. Yah said, taken away. If anything you're getting now is taken away from you because of the policies of President Donald Trump, you earned it, God said. You earned it. And you will have to pass through it to eventually come out on the other side. I spoke of the farm workers, but also the labor for the hospitality industry is melting away because these people change all the bedding. They do all the laundry. They're in the kitchens. They cook all the food. Most of them are the Uber drivers. Anytime you see shortages appearing in the economy, expect the prices to go up. With less people available to do certain work, the price for that labor goes up because that person knows, well, there's not a lot of us, so I know my worth. And then they start charging. Cleaning staff in most cities gone. So that is the first part. MAGA has captured you.